Welcome to Past Adam, Josh.
I'm Arash.
How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Tired.
Yeah,
Like
so I
this
know I
heat
feel
really
it.
gets to me.
Yeah, dude, it's hot. It's been super fucking hot in Texas too, and it's been humid as fuck. So I feel you on just kind of being kind of burnt from this week. It was a long work week, so
Do you have trouble sleeping when it's really hot? Like I
yes,
heard,
I can't. I wake up every few hours.
I don't
I
know
have
if we're
trouble
having
staying
solar
asleep.
flares right now, but uh, I was reading something like a month ago that said that solar flares affect your sleep and it
Really
affects your appetite. A bunch of different shit.
interesting.
Yeah, and I noticed that my appetite. I don't get hungry till the afternoon.
Yeah, I'm never hungry in the morning. That just might be our age. Like, yeah, I'm usually not hungry till it's like when I first get home from work at like 4 o'clock, I'm like, damn, I'm starving.
Yeah,
But I
and
can pretty much make it through my whole shift, like without really feeling super hungry at work.
And I'm really bad about planning ahead of like when I first feel hungry because I'll be like super hungry on the road and I have to get some shitty fast food
Yeah.
from Shitty Walk.
Shitty walk. The place was so good. The actual
Yeah, we
shitty
did have it.
walk.
Yeah.
Super good burgers.
They were smash burgers, right?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
and they'd give them to you in like a foil wrap.
that's the best.
It was the best. So good.
Just a couple Asians in rural Texas that fucking knew
Yeah.
what was up.
Is your shitty walk a Wawa?
Um, no, Wawa is known for it's well known enough, but there's this like food truck next to where I work, and it's called Coastal Smash. Shout out to them, and it's so good, dude. There's something about smashing the patty that makes a burger so much better.
Yeah. No, I agree with you there. Like every time I get every smash burger place around here is better than a regular burger.
I haven't been an actual smash burger in a while. I don't even remember
Neither
if
have
their
I.
burgers are good.
It's all right.
I like how they have something different for each location.
Yeah, I do like that too.
I, what's Texas's? I know Vegas had an egg on it or something, a fried egg.
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever been to a smash burger here. They're really not. The only one that I can think of is really not in like a convenient location. Like I'm not trying to go to like a downtown, to go to smash burger.
Yeah, I feel you.
you know. Also, like I feel like once I moved out to the burbs, I'm eating like way. I eat at home so much now.
That's good.
Like I cook like every night.
So today we're going to cover War of the Worlds, Jurassic Park Rebirth, Alien Earth episodes 1 and 2, Batman Caped Crusader, and we'll see where we go from there.
You're listening to Past Out, the podcast where history, mystery, the occult, and the cosmos collide. Every week we explore new conspiracies, uncover hidden truths, question the impossible, and journey into the unknown. Stay curious, and welcome to Past Out. Yeah, so, you wanna talk about War of the Worlds?
Dude,
That
I can't believe it's still like number 6. As of the time we're recording this, it's number 6 on Amazon streaming.
Do you feel like, this probably just goes back to that, that proverb that all
Any
yeah,
publicity is
any
good
publicity is
publicity.
good publicity, yeah, like, even, like, it getting bad ratings and, like, people talking shit about it, like, it's still, like it's in the pop culture zeitgeist of the week, and it's just kinda keeping it up there. People like a movie having 0% on Rotten Tomatoes is super interesting to
Yeah,
somebody.
that's an accomplishment in its own
Yeah.
right. I compared this to like, you know how Nickelback used to be hated. I don't know if they still are as much, or like even Limp Bizkit. It's just something that is
I feel like
overhated a little bit. It
yeah, I feel
wasn't. It
like
was bad, but it wasn't that bad.
I kind of feel like Imagine Dragons replaced Nickelback in that sense. And
I
I
think
feel
MGK is fitting
also
that role.
I agree with that as well. But I feel like people respect Limp Bizkit a lot more now.
Yeah. Yeah, give Imagine Dragons like another 15 years and people will
Yeah.
view it their songs as nostalgia and be like, "Oh man, this reminds me of when I was such and such age," and
Yeah.
they're going to love it.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened with Limp Bizkit. We were always fans,
Yeah, dude, I've
you
always
know.
loved Limp
I'm going to
Bizkit.
be very hipster
I get
about
it.
Limp Bizkit.
Look, I get it. Fred Durst, whatever, But
I would
like,
want a lead singer like Fred Durst to be like,
me
"Yeah,
too.
we're the
Yeah,
best.
he's
We're the
he's
best band."
yeah, he's got his own little he's got his own charisma in his own way. He's the hype man. But
Yeah,
like for me, the instrumentation of Limp Bizkit is like on another level. Their bass player is amazing, their drummer's
amazing.
amazing, and like Wes Borland is one of my favorite guitar players. Like just hands down, like he was doing stuff that nobody else was doing, and it was so fucking good. Like the detuned guitars and seven strings and baritone guitar, the shit that he was doing in the '90s is the stuff that metalcore is like obsessed with now. Like you
Yeah.
know, like you guys wouldn't have these like detuned chugs if it wasn't for fucking Wes Borland kind of carving that sound into popular culture.
And it kind of comes back to that whole cycle thingy
Yeah,
of music and culture in general. It's like um when people grew up on something and then they have kids, those kids are influenced at first by what their parents listen to. I think it's
yeah,
a really common thing. And now you're having people who listen to Limp Bizkit in 1999 with kids who are 18, 19 years old now. And that's who they're influenced by. It's Corn, Limp Bizkit, maybe even throw in like Papa Roach in there,
yeah.
stuff like that. And
Hmm.
so,
Bro, there were some good bands in like that era that did not survive. Like you never hear about Unwritten Law anymore. You
oh
never
man,
hear
I
about
forgot about
fucking
that.
POD anymore. Like
POD had its time,
they had like a few
but
big fucking hits
yeah,
and then just kind of I feel like they fell off the map though.
they did. It's weird how Disturbed became the biggest band out of that era. Arguably, I mean,
Yeah.
most consistently
Mhm.
active band that say what you will about their music. I think it kind of ends up sounding the same over time.
Yeah, I do too. But like there are some Disturbed songs that I absolutely love.
Me
I
too.
think my favorite Disturbed album was Believe. I think it's kind of slept on, but like dude, Remember is such a good fucking song.
I
I also really like I'm also a big Prayer fan.
Does it go like, are you
No, I
breathing now?
yeah. It's like I remember.
Oh yeah, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I like the 10th. Was it 10,000 Fists? It was one. It's something Fists that they had that reminds me of like graduating high school. So that kind of holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
But not to sound like one of those guys, nothing beats their first album.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna get past that.
You know, thinking about it
No.
more, maybe Linkin Park kind of
Mhm.
was the most successful out of that whole group.
I think you're right. I
What
don't
did you
really
think of their new stuff?
New Linkin Park.
Yeah.
I like a few songs. I like more songs off of the deluxe than I liked off the initial release. There's a couple of songs on the deluxe that I thought were really fucking good. I can't think of the name of them off the top of my head,
Dude,
but
I think she kills it. One thing
she's
about
good. Yeah, I like.
one,
I've watched a lot of the studio. I've watched a lot of the studio videos of like him of like Mike recording her and like their kind of back and forth. He's very light in the studio. He seems very like comforting in the studio when I'm like watching him like record and engineer. I'm like, okay, like you're really like want whoever you're recording to be comfortable and you kind of just want to set this kind of chill pace.
yeah, He seems like a really good dude. I've been a huge fan of
Yeah.
Shinoda. Like even his not really solo stuff, but his side projects have been cool too.
Yeah.
Casualty is the track I'm thinking of from the new one. It's like their shortest song. Sounds like something that would come straight out of Hybrid Theory. Her voice when she's screaming pretty much a whole song.
Yeah, I really liked Up From the Bottom, and that it kinda
That's on the deluxe, yeah.
yeah, so
I don't
it
know
was
if I
really
listened
good.
to the deluxe. I know I was listening to it on streaming and might have been the
Yeah. I think what yeah, there was, like, watching them record it in the studio that made me appreciate it. I was like, "Oh, this is good."
yeah, one of their producers, I guess, Michael Elizondo Jr. He's a protege of Dr. Dre.
Yeah, Mike
Worked
Elizondo.
I didn't know this. 50 Cent, Eminem, Carrie
Mhm.
Underwood, Fiona Apple, Mastodon, 21 Pilots. That's
Yeah, dude.
impressive.
Yeah, dude, Mike Elizondo's a really good producer.
And that's like
I
even
know
Lin
him
Manuel
because of Dre,
Miranda.
though. Yeah.
But that's crazy. That's like a very diverse list. Mastodon, and then Carrie Underwood, and then 50 Cent and Eminem, and then Fiona Apple. You can't like the only no, he's got country covered with Carrie Underwood, and then he even has like show tunes. I'm assuming with Lin Manuel Miranda.
Yeah, damn.
I
What
love
a
how we got into new metal.
I
We
know,
haven't
we
even
just
covered
started
War
going
of
down
the Worlds. One sentence about War of the Worlds, dude.
Well, War of the Worlds also sent me on another path where I have another window pulled up where I was looking at other movies that have 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. I was like, "What does this list look
Nice.
like?" Yeah. So maybe we can chuck through a couple of those, if you actually wanna get into War of the Worlds.
Oh no, I mean we could continue. You know, ADD is a real thing.
It is. ADD on a podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Um, what did you think of it, now that you've seen the full movie?
So it was brought to my attention that it was produced, I believe, by Universal, um, which they're quite infamous for when it comes to product placement. And boy, do you have a lot of that in this. You have WhatsApp, Facebook, Starbucks, Amazon, of course. Um, so many that I can't. Even Georgetown University gets a nod in there. Um, Tesla, and it's just a wide variety of different things. But in a way, it kind of fits in because they're trying to implement that it's taking place today, and it has nothing to do with the 1940s or whenever War of the Worlds came out.
Yeah, they just, like, changed the setting to today's times.
Completely changed it, and
Yeah.
everything happens way too conveniently. But they filmed this during COVID, so nobody's really acting together at any point. Even when um, there's a scene where the one of the FBI chicks is doing a raid, leads to the scene of the asteroids hitting the Earth. She's doing a raid by herself. You know, you still see one camera at a time. You just see everybody else's like GoPro camera.
Their body cam or something.
Yeah, body cam. There you
Yeah,
go.
okay.
And it's still singular. You know, you might see the feet of someone running ahead of them, but
Mhm.
you, you could assume safely that it's not that actor or whatever. And then I'm sorry to call him out specifically, but Devin Easton or Devin Bostick, horrible, horrible. He plays the boyfriend of Ice Cube's daughter.
Is there anything else you've seen him in,
He was
or
in the 100.
I haven't seen that, so
I've seen a few episodes of it. That I guess was good, but he didn't have a too much of a major role in that. Um, but I want to find other stuff he's in to watch it for the very same reason I watch War of the Worlds because he was really, I don't know if he was made to be that annoying, but even his acting was like he was just overacting shit. Um, Ice Cube was pretty good. Some of his reactions were hilarious when you would see shit that would happen on camera. The daughter, I think, was the best performance out of them all. But like, so spoiler alert, I guess, for this. Um, what happens in War of the Worlds is Ice Cube is he works for the NSA, and he works for like the cyber security department of it. And so I'll skip forward a little bit because it's so confusing in the beginning what they're even trying to do. But once the asteroids hit, um, his contact from NASA is like, see, I told you, I was warning you about this. And she goes and checks it out because conveniently one of the asteroids hits near her. And then he sees like a creature come out. And then he's like this overprotective dad. So he's like spying on his daughter, of course. And like he tells her to get to safety, and she's pregnant. And then she's getting attacked too, and gets like somehow gets like a nail stuck in her leg. Really weird. And then he tries warning his son, and his son's like really dismissive, but also like trying to tell him something the whole time. He's just like, shut up. And then um, his contact from NASA is like, what's going on? Ice Cube tries to leave. He's barricaded in because he's under like a DEFCON 1 or whatever. And so he's just kind of stuck in that room. And then, oh man, it's so boring even like describing what happens. But conveniently, his son is what they call, he's in the disruptor group, where it's like anonymous. It's a ripoff off Anonymous. And the whole time I knew it was the son because you can hear in the slowed down voice, it has his like um cadence. And it's like, oh, that's definitely the son. And I was right. And so finally he finds that out, and the son and him team up, and they're trying to figure out how to kill these aliens. They're like mechanical aliens, and they find out they're both um, biological and uh, digital entities, I guess you want to say. And they're like, they feed off of data. So they're going like these little data centers and just downloading all the data. And so they try using like EMPs and figuring it out that it doesn't work. They need to do something else. Conveniently, his daughter's in school for a bio degree, and she's working on some treatment where it like you use your own cells to attack other cells in your body that are like, for lack of a better term, dangerous. And she's like, oh, why don't we do this? And then so they use whatever vaccine she's working on to like kill these aliens. And it's just so dumb. The plot is very dumb. There's so many plot holes. And then, like I said, the conveniences. There's one scene where Eva Longoria, after she touches one of the rocks and gets like almost killed, she returns back to the office. Her hair is perfect. She has like a little dirt here and a little dirt here, just a little bit to show you that she was going down and dirty on the job. And however, I watched it with a group of friends, and that's probably the way to go because we laughed so much. We laughed so much at it, and that's what made it worth it. It's a good viewing if you have a couple people you want to talk shit about it too.
Yeah, it turns into like the Mystery Science Theater 3000 version of it with
Exactly.
your buddies. Yeah.
And I would compare it to, it's not quite as funny as The Room, but it's close. It's close enough.
I did not hit her.
There's a game about The Room that's hilarious. I never watched a one with James Franco though.
Neither did I. I haven't watched that, but I'm sure it's hilarious.
He got Tommy Wiseau and super involved with it, and Tommy was ecstatic.
I feel like isn't Tommy directing something new right now
I hope
that's
so.
like surrounded by a bunch of shit? Hold on, let me look at Tommy Wise. And now we're about to go down the rabbit hole of Tommy Wise.
Tommy Wiseau,
Okay, what I was thinking of was a movie called Big Shark that he made in 2023.
well, I need to watch that.
What is the it looks like a ripoff of Jaws. That's it. Yeah, it looks like Jaws and any shark movie that uh,
Sharknado.
it has the pictures here look like Sharknado effect style. Like bro, you want me to show you want me to pull this up?
Yeah, please.
This is so funny. Look at the you can just tell how look at this look at the trailer picture right here. Look how fake that water is. That is such a bad special effect to have in your fucking
The
in
shark
your
has 4 teeth. He's like smoking. So he has like, look how many teeth he has on the left, and then compare that to the right. He just lost a bunch of teeth.
Oh my god. Oh,
That's awesome. I love it.
he did lose a lot of teeth. Or his teeth
Yeah.
haven't come in yet. He's baby shark. Da da da.
Okay. Yeah. And then he becomes a big shark.
Oh
It's
shit.
like a lion,
Is this
lion king of the aquatic kingdom.
speaking of 0% on Rotten Tomatoes? This hold on, let's see.
People are gonna ironically vote at 100%. Oh, 80%.
80%? What?
That's audience score.
No fucking way. 3 firefighters must save New Orleans from a shark from a massive
Does New Orleans even have sharks?
I don't know.
I hope not.
They probably have like bull sharks. It's probably like Galveston, right? Like in the bay, there's just bull sharks. Yeah, probably like lemon sharks. Like, oh man,
And why are firefighters involved?
I don't know.
It's like we must face our like the number one thing that helps us is water. So they're going to use fire to kill the shark.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. We'll find out. Find out. So what other movies have gotten 0% over the years or anything
Okay,
close?
so there's a lot of movies on this list that I don't know. Let me share my screen again. We're gonna welcome to the Boomer Sharing Your Screen podcast. Um, but if you wanna, can you
There's
see that
one
good?
movie I can see. I kind
Oh,
of zoom in
police.
a little bit.
I don't know how to
Highlander
do
2.
that.
I was going to bring up Highlander when you brought up Jaws because people have been seeing UFOs in both those
Police
movies.
Academy, Return to the Blue Lagoon. Yeah, that's Mia Jovovich's first film.
Was it that? Oh, Return to the Blue Lagoon.
Yeah,
Okay.
not the original Blue Lagoon. The Return to the Blue Lagoon.
Police
Look
Academy 4.
who's talking now. That's when they replaced the kids with that's when the dogs could
Is that a
talk,
Cocker
right?
Spaniel? I love Cocker Spaniels.
I'm not sure what I haven't seen that since I was a kid, but John Travolta and Kirstie Alley. What else is on this list?
I heard bad things about Left Behind.
Soup Baby Geniuses too.
Can you zoom it up a little bit?
I cannot. I don't know how to do that. Unfortunately.
Shift and roll the mouse, maybe?
Hold on, it might be Windows.
Ah, no worries.
No, fucking, I'm not sure what the Mac prompt
Yeah,
is.
I haven't heard of many of these.
Yeah, neither have I.
John Henry sounds familiar.
Ridiculous 6, is that the
That got
Adam Sandler movie?
0%?
Apparently.
That was a pretty fun movie.
I haven't seen it. Max Steel, huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one movie on Tubi. Tubi, you could find plenty of movies that would probably didn't even get rated to get like a 0%.
Yeah, probably.
But Vanessa, it's about like, dude, the plot itself is insane. Like the official plot of it. Oh man, and you think like this, it's just like Tommy Wiseau, the dude who like produced it, acted in it, wrote it. It's completely unhinged, dude. I think it's still on Tubi. I hope it is. Fed up with her life at home, a young abuse victim runs away and eventually resorts to prostitution as a means of supporting herself. It goes further than that. Let me see. But that in itself, but she's not really a prostitute in the whole movie, like not at all. So like spoiler alert for that too. Like it's kind of implied that's the direction she wanted to go, but it never happens because the guy's like so intent on saving her. It's like this Jeffrey Epstein looking dude, literally, who like comes and picks her up. He's like, if I'll give you money if you could give me your biggest treasure. I think he literally says that as actually like, oh wow, like he wants to take her virginity. But then it's like her virginity is her biggest treasure. He's like, as long as you don't like bang any other dudes. And he's not even because he's such a good guy. He's not even interested in her like that. He wants to have her pursue her graphic design career. And then she meets some dude in graphic design school later on.
Is his
That
name
like
Chat GPT?
it's Chad Gippet.
Chat GPT.
Chad Gippet, you got it. It's a Tubi plot. It's so dude, the chick who plays Vanessa, there's one scene where she's like she sees someone dropped a $20 bill and she like she tries to tell the person before they go away that they dropped it and then she holds it so close to her heart like it's like granted we've all been there but like you could have made her into a junkie to make it more believable or something like that. She
Yeah,
was way too clean cut and then too much of a goody two shoes. And oh man, there's so many scenes. I could go on and on about it, but that's one of those movies when I saw it, I've never laughed harder. Even any maybe except for Borat, the first 20 minutes of Borat, I've never laughed harder at a movie. And I've seen it multiple times. It's that good or that bad.
sounds ridiculous.
You ever watch Tubi movies just to see how shitty they are? Oh, there's
No, but
some
I've seen a lot of
gold
B
on there.
movies just watching like I watch a lot of Mystery Science Theater, so like I'll end up like just watching a lot of really bad like 80s B movies. So like I totally understand.
I kind of want to get into playing really shitty games and streaming it eventually. I'd love to do that. And just our reactions to these shitty ass games.
Yeah, I could do that. There's so many games on PlayStation that are like $6.
Yeah. Just find the lowest rated ones and
You're like these poor developers. Sorry guys.
but there's a
Indie
lot of good
look,
indie games too.
indie development is like in a place where it's never really been before. So,
Yeah, cuz you could make a 16-bit game now
mhm,
for cheap.
yeah.
I mean, we could buy the software right now for like $150 and you can make a hours long RPG game that's fun to play. And you only need like 3 developers really.
Yeah.
You can even have one developer. It just takes a little while. So yeah, going back to the War of the Worlds, it was go watch it with friends. It's worth it, or even go watch it with your lady, and I recommend it for the laughter, for the lulls. Did you watch? Speaking of potentially shitty movies, I heard Jurassic Park was
Jurassic World
yeah, Jurassic
Rebirth.
World.
I actually liked it, so
Really?
yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun. It like I didn't really run into anything where I had an issue with it. So
I heard what they showed in the trailers was not anything close to like
no, not at all. But like I kind of feel like in the age where everything is leaked online, like
yeah.
yeah, make misleading trailers. Why? Like isn't the point of the trailer to get me to watch the movie? So if I did that, you were probably successful, whether the trailer was misleading or not. I don't have an issue with trailers misleading. I think that's perfectly fine. Y'all do what you need to do.
There's one
Every
thing.
Marvel trailer feels misleading to me.
There's one theory right now about the Mortal Kombat movie coming out that the screenings that they were showing are like nothing what the movie's gonna become, really. There's a lot of scenes that were missing, and I wonder if they did that on purpose to kind of like with the trailer with Jurassic World.
Yeah, they're like misleading you with like the Johnny Cage angle, and then it turns out to be like not the biggest part of the movie or something?
You're spot on, actually.
Okay.
I mean,
It's just
he's
like,
a
yeah.
big part of the movie, but apparently it's a katana movie.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's gonna be cool too.
Katana was one of my favorite parts of that trailer, so I'm here
Yeah,
for it.
yeah. And, maybe not, I'm probably misspeaking when I say it's, like, the completely misled the screening audiences. There were
Mhm.
probably scenes that they wanted to be like, see how they respond,
Yeah.
but, it's kinda looking like people's reviews from the screenings, which could have been fake to begin with, to be fair, um, are not accurate, and kinda doing that misleading campaign. I think it might be a new thing for these studios to do.
Mhm.
One, to find the leakers. You could give a bunch of leaks to different people and find out who's leaking them,
Yeah, like, there's a different script for each person has, like, a different script. Yeah.
which is kind of weird doing it for Mortal Kombat, to be honest. But if you want to do it for like the next
Yeah.
Star Wars movie or something,
Yeah. Well, Marvel's already doing that with their scripts. They're very secretive.
I heard for Mandalorian that um, they didn't even tell Mark Hamill about that epic scene where he comes to take Grogu. He was even misled, but he was happy about it. He loved working with Jon Favreau, who should have directed the trilogy, in my opinion.
Probably, yeah, me too. So, we'll see. Maybe it turns into it. Maybe whatever Mandalorian turns into branches into a trilogy because now the end of like they're not making a Mandalorian season 4, they're making a Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, and I'm assuming that Gina Carano is probably coming back now that her and Disney have settled their lawsuit.
You think so?
Maybe. We'll
Um,
see.
I wonder when that would take place because
They didn't write her character off in the 3rd season, like, she wasn't there, but, like,
she was doing other
they
things in the
implied that,
universe.
like, she's still in like, they kind of, like, promoted her to an important place where she wasn't visible.
I really hope they find a way to bring Luke back. I hate to say it, but they did him so dirty that
I know,
like
dude, but
it's like
well,
he faked his own death. People would the suspension of belief for something that big and for someone so loved as Luke,
I know.
people would be like, "All right, cool,
It's
whatever."
just Disney the designifica like, the Disneyfication of Star Wars and, like, how they made the sequel trilogy is just, like there was such good stuff that was canon in the Star Wars Legends universe, like the Star Wars Legends extended universe, that they were like, "Hey, these where you could follow certain comic books and follow certain books that certain writers had were allowed to be canon." So, there are some great novels from the '90s and early 2000s that are, like, fantastic in where you should have gone with Luke. Like,
Hmm.
honestly, if you were gonna do something, you probably should if you had the de-aging technology, which
Which they
s
did.
yeah, like, what I've seen in 2020, you probably could have done some version of it in 2015, like, they use de-aging technology in and
Rogue
they didn't even
One.
use Rogue One didn't use de-aging technology. They completely built Peter Cushing's character
Oh wow.
by using old images of him from the original Star Wars, and I'm assuming that's how they did young Leia too, unless they had somebody else play her and then they just kind of reimagined her face a little bit at the end, but you see
Yeah, I was
such a
thinking of
small glimpse of
Leia.
her.
That's
But
true.
I was thinking of Moff Tarkin because, like, he is a big part of that movie and he's not there.
Hmm.
But that is a really good like, for him not being there, that is some of the best, like, pure CGI character interacting with other human beings I've ever seen is in Rogue One. And guess what? Rogue One directed by Gareth Edwards, who also directed the new Jurassic World Rebirth. Full fucking circle, we're right back.
It would be
But
cool
I
if there was like some sort of necromancer in the Jedi world for some reason and
there
could bring
there
people back.
are there isn't that what the Night Sisters kinda do necromancy a little bit? If you follow the games, like, they go a lot deeper into, like, a lot of these things, and
I heard
I just don't feel like the games have done things great, the books have done things great. I just don't think that what they're pulling into the TV shows and the movies is giving anything that they're pulling from Justice. Like, it's just, like, the cheapest, shittiest version of that, like, a producer was like, "Oh, that was cool, throw it in there," and it's just like, I've played like, dude, the Jedi games, like Jedi Fallen Order, dude, like they touch on Dathomir a lot, and that's what Darth Maul is Dathomirian, so they touch on that society a lot. But the witches of Dathomir are Force users that use necromancy and stuff like that. So
And Cal Kestis would be a cool main character in the movie.
he would be, dude, and, like, honestly, like, they could switch him over very easily. Like, his character, like, Cameron Monaghan looks like himself in those games. Like,
Yeah,
he's essentially playing a Jedi version of himself in those games.
and he's a
So,
solid actor, so he
he's a
could.
solid actor, dude. I love those games. So, I haven't beat Jedi Survivor yet. I've been playing it, but I also, I got derailed. I've kind of fallen into, I'm obsessed with Expedition 33
Dude,
right now.
I was just thinking about Expedition 33. Yeah,
It is, like, one of the most beautiful games I've ever fucking played. Like, it is
yeah.
so fucking pretty. It's blowing my mind. The
I
story is beautiful and amazing, and it just reminds me of, like, it's like it feels the story doesn't feel forced. It feels like I feel like I'm playing Final Fantasy VII again for the first time as an adult.
yes,
Like,
yes.
it's crazy. The pairing is hard. The timing takes a
The
while
timing takes
to
a while.
understand, dude, but, like, the sound cues help a lot.
Right.
I had to turn the music down to, like, hear the sound effects a lot better, and now I'm starting to, like, really get it, but
But
man,
some of the music is so dope too.
it's so good, man. So
How far are you in it?
not super far.
Okay.
So I just
I'm
started,
in
like, the
the
last week.
yeah, I'm in that village where you get basically your is it, yeah, fourth character in it. I
Okay.
don't know if you're that far. I don't want to
No, I'm
say
not
too
that
much.
far yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Cool. Yeah, it's good. Like the opening scenes are just
I
epic,
know.
and
Just
then
beautiful. So
I unfortunately know some spoilers. I like accidentally. Um and it's I'm not going to lie, it kind of was like fuck, I know this now, and so it kind of made me want to play it less, and but then I also realized that on the Xbox One I could play Series X games. So I've been playing. If you have Xbox Live, you could play. You could even play Flight Simulator. You could do. I'm playing. Not Stargate. Starfield, which is Bethesda's like space game. That's a lot of fun. I know, but any Bethesda game when it comes out the first year, it's unplayable pretty much. But
yeah, but
right
then it
now,
gets
it's
much better.
oh man, it's awesome. I'm having a lot of
So
fun with that.
is it like their version of StarCraft kind of,
Not
or
really StarCraft. It's just like you know Oblivion or
in space?
Fallout, but in just space,
You're, like,
space
on
related
different
items.
planets instead of being, like
And it's much more similar to Fallout in the sense that you have
mm,
guns,
yeah.
but you have this spaceship that you could fly to different planets, and then our
Is
solar
it like
system's in it too.
is it like No Man's Sky then, where you're
It
just
has
kinda
some elements of No Man's Sky where
okay,
you have to get resources from certain planets to in order to upgrade weapons or your ship or even your armor.
yeah,
But it's a lot of fun, and they don't. It doesn't. My biggest gripe with Fallout 4 and uh, the 76, and even at the end of Skyrim was like you had to get all these resources to like build a house. In Skyrim, not so much, but in Fallout 4, it was a very big thing, and especially 76, where you have to like do a lot of crafting, and I hate that shit honestly. Where it's like, oh yeah, if you want to build a little base for yourself, you have to go 5 hours just to get some wood. It's just, no, no thanks.
yeah, I agree, I don't like that either, so
Yeah, Expedition 33 is awesome though. Anything else that? video game wise you've been playing?
No, I've pretty much just been going back and forth between Star Wars, Jedi Survivor, and Expedition 33. And I'm
I
like,
want
when
to
I get
play
stuck
Jedi
on one,
Survivor.
I just hop over to the other one, and I'm usually can get out of where I'm stuck on that game, and then go back and forth. The last games I beat before that, I beat Astrobot before that. Which, if you have a PS5 and you haven't played Astrobot yet, Astrobot is awesome. If you liked Little Big Planet,
Oh, okay.
it's just like that, but in space with a robot instead of a sack boy. Amazing.
That's
And,
cool.
like, yeah, it's super fucking cool. It's super inventive and very creative with the remote. Like, just, like, really leaning into, like, literally every possible thing you can do with the remote. There's, like, sections where there's, like, wind like, like, the blow on, like, little, like, handheld windmill things and shit like that. There's, like, stuff like that in the game that you have to blow, and you literally blow air into the controller, and it controls it on the screen. It's
That's a very
crazy.
Nintendo thing that
Yeah.
like Nintendo's known for making the most out of their hardware, especially for
Yeah.
their flagship titles like Mario or Donkey
Mhm.
Kong.
Yeah, so PlayStation is trying to compete with that.
That's
So,
cool.
we'll see. I also see that Xbox is trying to get into the handheld gaming
Yeah,
arena.
and you know,
$700, bro, is fucking steep for a handheld system when, like, people were complaining about the new Switch being 450. Like,
right, but the Xbox is a generation ahead in graphics. Um and Steam Decks are pretty much the same price as that. So they're
mhm,
really competing with the
with
Steam
the Steam
Deck
Deck,
rather
yeah,
than the Switch.
yeah,
And then on my Xbox One right now I could play, like I said, games that are released on the new gen
mhm,
systems, like, and especially if you have Game Pass, like, you get the EA bundle, and then Bethesda games. There's so many developers that day one the games are released on there. So I could
yeah,
go play Jedi Survivor. I could go play uh, the new Doom Dark Ages.
mhm,
I could play Expedition 33 on there and just pay $20 a month to have access to so many new games. So I could see where that comes into play, but you're competing with Steam, which a lot of the stuff you have to pay for,
yeah.
obviously, but they have a lot of free shit on there too. It's going to be interesting what happens with, you're kind of inviting Steam into the mix, and I don't know if Steam's going to eventually become like the fourth contender in this against Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox, but probably might be headed there, especially now that they're making their own
Probably.
hardware.
Probably, dude. Like, I just unless Apple actually fucking figures it out, but everybody else is so far ahead of them that I don't see them breaking into this market very easily.
Right.
So, but we'll see. We're running out of time. But if there was one other thing I watched this week, we really didn't talk about Jurassic World that much, but that's okay.
Sorry.
Obviously it got it didn't get the best reviews, and um I liked it. It was fun. It was enjoyable. I thought it was an interesting enough story. I love Scarlett Johansson. I like Mahershala Ali. So it was a fun dinosaur filled ride, which is what I was looking for. So I enjoyed it. The only other thing, um, shit, there's two other things I wanted to talk about. But I think we're gonna wrap. We'll save Batman Cape Crusader. That came out in 2024. I hadn't watched it yet. My wife was out of town last weekend, and I just needed to watch something. And I was like, "Oh, I haven't watched this new Batman cartoon. It kind of looks like um, Batman animated series a lot. Like, it kind of gave me the
Hmm.
same vibe." So I was like, "Let me get into this." But I think that's a longer conversation about DC animation and how well they've been able to generate like a DC animation economy over the last 20 years, where nobody else has really been keeping up in comic book animation like them. So I want to touch on that a lot more. So I think we save that for another episode. So I'm going to finish up with Alien Earth episodes 1 and 2, which um, I think this is gonna be a good show. They're setting it up pretty interestingly. It seems like a big showdown between, there are more companies now that are starting to build synthetics and starting to do this research stuff, and the big thing you're dealing with is you're dealing with another company called Prodigy One. And what Prodigy does is they are taking synthetic bodies. And if you are a human who's dying and you want to transfer your mind into the synthetic, you can. So basically, they're what they've done is they've tested is it seems like Wayland Utani and like Prodigy and these other three companies, they have the earth divided into which corporation runs part of the earth. So what is Prodigy is basically what Thailand was, and like Wayland Utani is like North and South America. And they haven't really touched on what the other three companies are or where the rest they are in the world. But basically, a 65-year in the first two episodes, a 65 million year, or like not 65 million years, Jesus Christ. Basically, 60. I'm getting dinosaurs mixed up with space travel. Basically, Wayland had like a space research vessel out in the space collecting specimens from different planets for 65 years. Well, this ship crashes back into Earth because an alien got loose on the ship, killed everybody, crashes onto the planet. This is a Wayland Yutani ship. Well, it crashed in Thailand. It just crashed into the major city that where Prodigy is.
Mm.
Well, Prodigy's technology, they've only got all they've basically done is moved cancer kids, like 6 kids who are dying from cancer and like other ailments. They wanted to transfer children's minds into the synthetics because an adult mind they say can't accept all of the things they're trying to teach the new mind.
That's loosely based on reality.
So they've transferred. So like now the kids are like out there like going into this like mission basically, and they've just started exploring the ship basically that's crash landed. So super interesting. I like it so far. I've seen some cool beautiful shots of the alien, beautiful shots of ships in space so far, giving me everything I want to see for Alien. Real weird company setup. I like it so far. It's good.
That's awesome. Before we end, it reminded me of, I went to this lecture up with Dr. Stephen Greer, which some of you might know from Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind documentaries that he has. And he was talking about how, for example, when the Indonesian tsunami happened, how they'd go to these ravaged places and be like, hey, you guys could stay here or you could come work with us. And so they would take these people for psionics, and they found out that, like, for some reason, left-handed children and teenage boys who were gay did the best with psionics. So they would like scout these people specifically, even to this day, allegedly. And this ties in with Project Gateway that we've talked about in previous episodes before. And so the whole alien thing, I wonder if they're going to kind of touch into this whole like black operation stuff that sometimes these TV shows and media kind of put into the ether by releasing a show or a movie like this. And I'm excited for it. I think Stranger Things is another one of those things where they're
Hmm.
kind of like subtly admitting certain things.
Yeah, like children experimentation, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like
Yeah.
I feel like 11 really fields into feel. I feel like they're really pushing into like some of the MK Ultra theories about children testing and stuff like that. So
And it's interesting because he's gay on the show, and he has these sensitivities to Vecna and the Demigorgon. So there might be some tie-in with that whole young gay guy. I want to see if he's left-handed. I've never paid attention to that. If he's left-handed,
oh man,
that'll blow my
he
mind.
okay. I think me and Laurel are gonna rewatch all of Stranger Things leading up to it soon. So I think I'm gonna pay attention to that.
Okay,
Which I'm
cool.
excited. The first season of Stranger Things is so good. I love that season.
Yeah, the newest season, I think you're gonna love it. I think you're gonna love
Yeah.
it because of the music and
My
the
hesitation,
throwbacks.
you know what my hesitation is? I don't. This is so picky for why I haven't watched it, but I just don't like how they released it into like instead of it being like all the episodes are like an hour and a half, bro. Like,
No.
that is such a long episode, dude. Like, you're like 9 hour and a half long episodes. That is so much to get through. Like, it just
Yeah.
feels overwhelming when I'm like, "Oh, let me watch an episode," and you're like, "Oh, 45 minutes," and then it's like an hour and 28 minutes, and you're like, "What? Fuck,
You
man."
gotta have nothing to do that day and just binge it. That's the
Yeah, dude.
way to go.
So hard, man.
I
The
know.
older I get, I feel like I have so much shit to do every fucking day.
I know. And then we keep trying to cut our episodes to like 40 minutes, and then every time it's usually, unfortunately, me bringing up some bullshit.
It's all good. It's all good. But we're gonna call it there this week, guys. Next week, we'll be not sure what we'll be back on next week, so we'll figure it out. But until then, stay curious.
Later.